The story begins with a teenage girl named Han Gong-ju answering questions from her school teachers. She says that she loves singing and claims that whatever happened was not her fault. However, her teachers expel her from the school and ask her to enroll in another one. We do not yet know what happened to her, but it will be revealed later. After being expelled from school, Gong-ju doesn't know what to do next. Then her teacher, Mr. Lee, comes to her aid. He helps her find a new school in another city. She gets admitted to the school, but she has no place to stay there. With no other option, Mr. Lee offers for Gong-ju to stay with his mother, Miss Cho, for a few days. However, Miss Cho initially refuses to let a stranger stay in her house. But after Mr. Lee's persuasion, she reluctantly agrees to let Gong-ju stay for just a week. The next day, Gong-ju arrives at her new school, where her teacher introduces her to the class. After school, she heads straight to a cyber cafe, trying to find her mother's address using an old phone number. In reality, Gong-ju's mother lives in the same city with her second husband. However, she finds no useful information at the cafe. From there, she goes directly to Miss Cho's convenience store and helps her with the work. Seeing this, Miss Cho starts to warm up to her. The next day, after class, Gong-ju notices a group of girls practicing singing. However, as soon as one of the girls sees her, she quickly runs away. Later, Gong-ju attends her swimming class. Since joining the new school, she has unexpectedly developed a strong interest in swimming. After practice, while changing clothes, she starts humming a song. Outside, a girl named Yoon-hee hears her and secretly records her singing. Yoon-hee, the leader of the school's singing group, approaches Gong-ju and praises her voice. She excitedly tells her that if she joins the group, she could achieve something great. Expecting Gong-ju to be thrilled, Yoon-hee is surprised when she reacts angrily and refuses to join. After this, Gong-ju sets out to find her mother. She eventually discovers her working at a convenience store in the city. Seeing her mother after 3 years fills her with joy, as if she has found a new reason to live. However, her mother is not pleased to see her and coldly tells her never to come back. Gong-ju is heartbroken. After searching for her mother for 3 years, she is rejected in an instant. Overwhelmed with sadness, she quietly turns around and walks away. The next day at school, Gong-ju notices that the singing classroom is empty. Taking advantage of the moment, she picks up a guitar and begins to sing. Unbeknownst to her, Yoon-hee and the rest of the singing group are watching from outside. Captivated by her voice, they listen in admiration. However, the moment Gong-ju notices them, she immediately stops and leaves. Yoon-hee, along with the group, follows her. They shower her with praise and eagerly invite her to join them. But Gong-ju refuses and walks away. A week passes, and it is time for Gong-ju to leave Miss Cho's house. She packs her belongings and goes to see Miss Cho one last time before leaving. However, Miss Cho stops her and tells her that she can stay as long as she wants. Hearing this, Gong-ju is overjoyed and decides to stay. The next day, Gong-ju joins the school singing group, and they begin practicing together every day. After swimming, she continues to help Miss Cho with her work, and gradually builds good relationships with those around her. One day, her former teacher, Mr. Lee, visits her. He tells her that the boys involved in the past incident are unlikely to escape consequences due to the strong evidence against them. Hearing this, Gong-ju feels a slight sense of relief. A few days later, Gong-ju's friend excitedly tells her that they sent her music video to an agency, and the agency loved it. They even want to meet her. Expecting Gong-ju to be thrilled, her friends are shocked when she reacts angrily. She firmly tells them never to interfere in her personal life again and walks away. After school, Yoon-hee tries to talk to her, but Gong-ju ignores her. However, Yoon-hee, being understanding, doesn't take her reaction personally. Instead, she calmly asks Gong-ju what's wrong and why she wants to pass up such a great opportunity. Gong-ju's anger fades after hearing Yoon-hee's supportive words. Yoon-hee then invites her to her house. As they talk, Yoon-hee playfully asks if she has ever kissed a boy. Gong-ju replies that she has kissed 44 boys. Yoon-hee laughs, thinking she's joking, but the truth is far darker. Gong-ju was a victim of a terrible incident involving a group of 44 boys. This was the real reason she was expelled from school. One night, Gong-ju suddenly receives a call from her father, asking her to meet him at a restaurant. When she arrives, he hands her a blank sheet of paper and makes her sign it. When she asks why, he refuses to explain. The next day at school, her friends ask her about her dreams and what she wants to do in life. Gong-ju replies that she has only one dream, to learn how to swim at least 25 meters. Hearing this, everyone laughs, unaware that there is a deeper reason behind her goal. That night, while heading home, Gong-ju receives a call from Mr. Lee. He urgently asks if she has signed any papers. When she confirms, he becomes upset, warning her never to sign anything without understanding it. Worried, she repeatedly calls her father after reaching home, but he doesn't answer. At that moment, she realizes that her father has also betrayed her. The next day, when Gong-ju arrives at school, she is shocked to learn that her friends have uploaded her music video online. Fear and anxiety take over as she yells at them to delete it immediately. Offended by her reaction, one of the girls comments that no one likes her because of her behavior. Later, while she is in class, a group of adults suddenly enters and surrounds her. They are the parents of the boys involved in the incident from her past. They pressure her to sign a document, but Gong-ju, overwhelmed with fear, manages to break free and quickly hides in another room. The story then shifts into a flashback, showing Gong-ju's life in her hometown. She used to work at a convenience store, managing it alone at times. One day, while she is alone in the store, a boy named Kim walks in. He is the son of the store owner and is frequently bullied by his classmates. Without paying, he takes several packets of chips and cold drinks. Curious, Gong-ju peeks outside and sees him handing the items to a group of boys waiting outside. Gong-ju had only one friend in school, Hwa-ok, and the two lived together in a small flat. Kim, who was Hwa-ok's boyfriend, often visited their home. One day, when Gong-ju returns home, she finds Kim drinking with several of his friends. She immediately tells them to leave. As they step out, she warns them to stop using Kim and harassing him. This angers the leader of the group, who starts verbally abusing Gong-ju before suddenly hitting Kim in the stomach with a stapler. Panicked, Gong-ju quickly calls the police, reporting that some boys have barged into her house and are attacking her friend. Before she can say more, one of the boys snatches her phone and tells the officer that it was just a prank call. After that day, the boys started coming to Gong-ju's house frequently. She felt completely helpless, unable to stop them. One day, the group's leader secretly mixed drugs into a glass of alcohol and handed it to Kim, instructing him to give it to Gong-ju. Kim approached her and insisted she drink it. When she refused, he pressured her, saying the boys would only leave if she did. Without thinking much, Gong-ju gave in and drank it. Soon after, she lost control of her body, and the boys took advantage of the situation. They not only harmed Gong-ju and Hwa-ok, but also recorded the entire incident. While this was happening, Kim's father arrived at the scene. He saw everything but did nothing. He simply took his son and walked away as if nothing had happened. Following the traumatic incident, Hwa-ok, unable to bear the pain, took her own life by jumping into the river. The story then shifts back to the present. Miss Cho's boyfriend, who is a police officer, brings Gong-ju home from school and informs Miss Cho about her past. While they are talking, Gong-ju comes downstairs with her belongings, ready to leave. She says goodbye to Miss Cho and heads toward the door. However, Miss Cho's boyfriend follows her and stops her. He hands her Kim's bail papers and argues that Kim is innocent, claiming he was forced into the situation. Despite his pleas, Gong-ju refuses to sign. To her, Kim is just as guilty as the others for what happened to her. That night, Gong-ju stays at a shelter and makes several calls to her father, but he doesn't answer. Desperate, she then calls her teacher, Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee informs her that the situation has worsened to the point where the news has spread to every newspaper. He also reveals that her father has betrayed her. He took all the petition money and disappeared. Meanwhile, Yoon-hee and her friends learn about Gong-ju's past and feel deeply saddened. Wanting to support her, Yoon-hee sends a message, telling her that none of it was her fault and pleading with her to come back. In the next scene, Gong-ju stands on a bridge with her bag. Without hesitation, she jumps into the river. As she falls, a voice from the past echoes in the background, her friend asking why she wants to learn how to swim. Gong-ju's response follows. In the end, if I change my mind, I'd like to start a new life. Instead of sinking, Gong-ju begins to swim, defying her past and choosing survival.